go. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a really good day. So today we're just going to talk about gut health. It's super important, and a lot of people I see say that their customers are having some kind of like issue with like still feeling like tired. They're getting like rashes on their arm, just things like that. So, and another thing too, whenever I tell my minis that before they even get it, that it's super important just to remind them that they may or may not go through a detox, just depending on like what your body needs. Not everybody, like even sometimes the healthy people don't go through detox, and they do. And it's just depending on like how your body is gonna like react to it. But the whole process, the 3 steps is designed to fill up your nutritional gaps. Now there are like things in there with like the probiotics and the prebiotics that help like flush that out. But our whole, sorry, I don't know how to make co-host or anything. There's people joining in, so I'm trying to do both. So the 3 steps, it is made for, it's a high grade nutrition. So a lot of people's bodies aren't used to getting like the high grade nutrition. And so sometimes they can't, in order to get that high grade nutrition to work properly, it needs to absorb right. So a lot of times people go through a detox, they need to get rid of all those toxins that have been built up throughout like however long it's been built up. It needs to be flushed out of their systems in order for them to be able to feel all 3 steps the right way, beyond like their highest level with the 3 steps. So a lot of times people's body, they need to adjust to the system. So I always recommend whenever I give out a mini, or even if they just jump on board within or for the full month box, I always start them off with the Black Label. I know that Jordan said that she did burn, right? Yeah, she did burn.
One of the few.
So, but I always recommend doing the Black Label or the regular DFTs, just because their body needs to get used to all of the nutrients they are going to absorb, because it is a lot. And it's really like high grade level nutrition. So your body just needs to get used to it and flush out like all the toxins that have been built up. So that's why a lot of people, you'll hear or see them say that they pee like more throughout like their first few weeks than any other time, because they're flushing out their system. And then you also hear too, people say like they're not day 1 thrivers. People don't really feel anything until like 6 to 10 days. That's because their body is getting used to all the nutrition that they're getting, and their body's just getting adjusted to all of that. And some examples for like a detox is like skin breakouts, feeling sluggish, going to the bathroom more. They just need to keep drinking water. That is so important. Our body is literally made up of water. And if we're not consuming water, we need to be drinking at least half of our body weight in ounces. So if you're not doing that, then you're not getting the water that you need. Our body is made up of water, so we need that. I would just tell them to keep drinking water through it, to eat proper nutrition as well. That's super key to that as well. Some people, whenever they do like a meal replacement with a shake, sometimes they forget to eat, and they will also start to feel like sluggish, but that's besides the point. They just need to keep drinking water, and get their gut back into what it needs to be. I don't know if Jordan has anything else she wants to say. I'll pass it on to you.
So something that I've found when I do mini experiences or when I have friends that are just starting out is if I ask a couple more questions into what their diet is before Thrive, I can sort of tell if they're going to go through more of a detox or not. So if they're not,
You're fine.
so
It's not that cold.
if they're not eating like a really diverse range of foods before coming and using Thrive. So one reason I Courtney had me start off on burn is that I ate a very wide range of foods, ate very healthy, lots of fibrous foods, lots of fruits and vegetables. So I didn't really go through a detox, but I know I have other friends that do go through a major detox because of what they're putting in their body previously. So if they do lots of fast food, lots of sodas, alcohol, any of that's going to start clogging their gut up. And so more of that bad bacteria builds up in there. And before all this good bacteria can take over and start doing its job, it has to get all of that out and get all of it out of the way. So the more questions I asked about what they're doing before Thrive, sort of helps me to let them know about the detox of what to expect, because I know a lot of people get discouraged when they go through this detox instead of having all this energy that we all post about and that we all talk about all the time. And so it's sort of discouraging if they're not prepared for that detox. But the detox is definitely one of those that is really important to go through because our gut is so important to our body. It's our second brain, pretty much. It's the one communicating with all the other cells. And our gut actually produces about 80 to 90% of our serotonin. So if you're not taking care of that, that really leads to a lot of people that have depression, a lot of people that have some of these mental illnesses, that once they start cleaning their gut up, why we all feel so happy all the time, all cheery. We're one of those people that's always like, yeah, let's go. Is because we've cleaned our gut up. So it's able to produce all the serotonin for us, and it's able to absorb all of the nutrients that we're putting in, because if it's all clogged up from all the bad foods that we put in, and all of like the junk foods that we put in, then we're not actually absorbing any of our nutrients. And then also something with a lot of people, I know I'm one of those few people that eats tons of fruits and vegetables. It's my main thing. I don't do any meat. But not a lot of people actually eat a wide variety of foods. So to get all of your pre and probiotics without taking a vitamin, you have to be eating all kinds of things. Like one of our probiotics is only found in pineapples. So if you're not eating pineapples every day, you're not getting that probiotic. And same with like the prebiotics. There's different ones for that. So lots of fibrous foods. So like legumes, all the different like quinoa, those types of guys are the prebiotics that are helping to feed those probiotics. So if your person isn't eating all of these varieties, their body probably hasn't had a lot of these pre and probiotics before. And so part of why their stomach might be a little upset the first couple of days is that they have to learn what those pre and probiotics are. When you put something in that it's not used to, it has to get used to it first. So, but that's why I always like telling people, I'm like, this is a taste test. Like, if you don't feel this like big jump up jolt of energy, which I hope you do, then it's not because it's not working. It's doing that because it is working. So it's doing its job of cleaning everything up, and then it's going to start giving you that boost. But this is a long-term lifestyle change. It's not a weight loss pill where you take it for 2 months and then you're done. This is I'm going to take care of my body for the rest of my life type of deal. So I feel like sometimes if you can set it up for some of these minis, I've had more success when they aren't day one thrivers, because they know why they're not and what's going on with it. So, but I think that is all I wanted to add on. But if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like sorry, I have Callie right here. That's why I have my picture off. But I always tell my minis, or if they just go ahead and jump right in, that they may or may not go through a detox. And then they're like, oh, okay, that's good to know. So it's really nice to just go ahead and let them know that sometimes we do need to clear those toxins that were like in our gut, and they need to just be flushed out. That way they can actually feel and notice a difference in the 3 steps. So super important that they know that they may go through a detox, and just be with them, through the whole entire, whether it's a mini or their first month, just to make sure that they're drinking their water, eating properly, I guess. not everyone is perfect. So there's some people that still eat fast food, but just kind of like remind them that if they're not feeling at their peak level, just kind of remind them that, yes, it is for like a good energy, nutrition type of a thing, but they also need to be doing their part in eating a little bit better, especially if they want to have like a really good gut health. So just keep that in mind and just let them know that they're gonna go through detox sometimes, and their body just needs it. So that is all I have as well. Does anybody have any questions? No? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. There is a call at 7 o'clock and they're talking more about nutrition. So make sure you jump on that. And I hope you guys have a good evening. And yeah, that is all. See ya.